The new workplace normal, communicating more and moving beyond key performance indicators, otherwise known as KPIs to most of us. More workers are also demanding flexible work arrangements. As vaccinations are rolled out and Singapore looks to recover from COVID-19, companies say that they're likely to stick to hybrid work arrangements, and they don't foresee things returning to how they were. Chloe Chu with more in today's SG Pulse.
Okay, hi everyone. Can you all hear me?
This probably hits 2020's top 10 most frequently asked questions at the workplace. And it seems these hybrid meetings aren't going away.
There's like the mother's love where she's embracing the child.
Creative manager Tan Ming Lee is given the choice to decide when to stay home or go to the office, depending on her task for the day.
I would come back to the office when there are in-person meetings or brainstorms, because those are more easy to actually have in person. But when I'm doing more creative execution, I prefer to work from home because that is where I'm able to build my momentum. Now I segment my home workspace as where I get the most productivity and most work done, where I see the office as a space where I can effectively collaborate and bounce off ideas with my colleagues.
Human resource surveys conducted last year show that around 70% of Singapore's workers prefer flexible work arrangements. Some experts and bosses say plugging in from home in your pajamas actually boosts productivity.
Singapore's not a huge place, but people do spend a lot of time commuting, right? And they spend a lot of time in the office that is not always about being productive. It's often about meeting, socializing as well. In actual essence, I think it's gotten better because people have learned when to be in the office for collaboration.
In the morning, I have to get up, eat my breakfast, put on my makeup, put on my clothes. I have to drive to work. So I actually take an extra 2 hours to go back and forth. But when I work from home, I save exactly 2 hours, and that can be converted into work hours. So this whole arrangement has benefited a lot of organizations.
With the uncertain pandemic situation, some employers are taking a flexible approach to work arrangements.
Some people, they actually like to come to the office every day. Maybe at home there's not enough space, or they have to share the space with somebody else, or they just like to be around their colleagues. So what we're trying to do is really listen to our people. The future is really about agility and flexibility with the workforce. What we're really doing is empowering our people. So it's really about trust, but on the other hand, it's also about responsibility.
Since early this month, 75% of staff have been allowed to return to the office. But how have the higher-ups been managing their rosters? Most say it's still easier when done manually. Companies are using rostering systems like this to ensure that they stay below the maximum number of employees allowed in the office. So what I have here is Golin's tracking system. How it works is that if an employee wants to return to the office, they will key in their names accordingly. And once it hits the maximum quota of 16 employees, they won't be allowed back anymore. Also undergoing changes, the frequency of communicating with managers and key performance indicators.
Productivity would now have to be measured by results. It's no longer by the time work or, I come to the office from 9 to 5, but it's really, what am I producing? So if you think about in terms of appraisal as well as productivity, now you have to conduct more regular pulse survey. Instead of doing your once a year employee climate survey, you might want to have more check-in with your employees to find out, how they're doing. Feedback has to be more regular, more consistent, so the employees know how they're performing because of the lack of physical presence.
When the dust settles, the firms add that they'll look at tackling longer-term issues, like managing cybersecurity threats as more processes go online.